Are you ready?
Lost. What will the new season bring? Season 2, episode 1 is here today. Hopefully, you guys are excited to jump back into some Lost with your boy. It's been a long time. Well, not really, but only finished the season a week ago. And, just thinking about it and thinking what this show has been so far, I never knew. And a lot of times, when back in the day when I used to watch TV shows, I never really believed the hype. You know what I'm saying? I never really followed shows that were like super hyped up or were popular, if you will. So Lost was very lost on my radar, to be honest. So I never really followed up. I didn't really research to know how popular shows are, because I wasn't like watching the Golden Globes or anything of the sort to know. I just thought, I've always thought that Oscars and Golden Globes were handed out not necessarily to popular shows, but to great performances, not necessarily if the show was popular or not. You know what I'm saying? So I would see these, even if I not so often would watch these shows or watch these award shows, every year that they come on. Sometimes I will catch it just because you're watching TV and it happens to be on a Sunday night, you know what I mean? And you would watch it, right? And you would see this stuff and you're like, what did they get nominated for? You know what I'm saying? It was just cool to see the celebrities, you know what I'm saying? I always tune into award shows to watch, you know what I'm saying, to see the ladies in Hollywood, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? To see what's out there, to say the least. So it was one of those things, man, where I never really used to watch it to know if, what shows were popular or what was popping, what was doing good, what performances. I never really did that. So for me, my experience, why I didn't watch a lot of these shows, even though they were so popular, you would hear about them, but just like, what, you know what I'm saying? People stranded on an island, fuck cares. You know what I mean? So the shows that really struck me back then, you know what I'm saying, was maybe I would see an episode of a show, like just browsing TV or whatever, and I'll see something going on and I will watch an episode and I become intrigued, and then I will start watching the show or watch the previous episodes or something like that. Go back and watch some of the previous episodes. And back then you didn't have like, on demand and all of this other stuff. So you had to, essentially, if you didn't watch those episodes, you gotta wait until they get to like reruns or something like that to actually see those previous episodes. So it was torture. Or you just watch the show from them. If you're catching the show in season 2, you just gotta watch it from season 2 forward. Maybe later on you'll catch up and figure out what's going on. So if you don't watch those shows when they aired, there was, you know what I'm saying, maybe, I mean, back in the day, some of the channels will do like a run back in the next day, you know what I mean? So it was crazy, you know what I mean? So Lost was just not on my radar back then, but now we are here and we're in season 2 and I'm enjoying this show, man. The excitement is there. I wonder what we're going to get introduced to. We got introduced to a bunch of this other faction of people living on the island. Why, you know what I'm saying, it's another thing, trying to find out what they want with the skid. It's just, there's so much going on there. Nice cliffhanger to leave off on season 1, man. It was great. So it's going to be great to see what they're going to do here in season 2, how they're going to look different, all of that great stuff is going to happen. So I'm looking forward to it. Anyways, guys, as you are watching this on YouTube right now, you already know I've been saying it practically on every video. If you want to see Lost early. By the time you guys are seeing this on YouTube, we are way ahead on Patreon. So make sure if you want to watch, show early. Other than that, if you want to show support as well, that is a good way to support the channel, because you guys can see my channel just doesn't get no love. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna try my best. I'm gonna try my best to improve on stuff and make stuff better for the algorithm and stuff like that on YouTube, to see what we can do and try to improve on stuff over time and see how we can do. Anyways, I've talked for enough on this intro. Let's jump into the reaction, and I will see you guys right after for the review. Let's go. Alright, here comes the copyright music. At least we ain't lost on that. This guy is in the hatch. Oh, they blew the lid off of that shit. That guy is ready for war.
4, 8, 15, 16, 23, 42, 4, 8. We're dead. 15 doomed and dead. 16, 23.
Are you okay?
Yeah, awesome. I just have to pee. Great idea, dude. Go look in the burning death hole.
What is it?
Doesn't matter what it is. We blew the door so we could get everyone inside this thing so they'd be safe. That plan is not gonna work. We'll never get everyone down in time.
Water.
Shallow. Sounds like a puddle.
Like 40 feet down?
50 tops. We could use the wire we pulled from the fuselage, rig up a harness.
John, we're leaving now.
Yes. Good idea. Let's do that.
We all went through a lot to get here, Jack.
No, the ladder's broken. What?
Why don't we all just calm down here?
No, look, if you want to go exploring in the morning, that's fine, but tonight, we're done. I'm gonna go get the dynamite that we didn't use, and we're heading back to the caves.
Why don't you want to go down there, Jack?
Female, late 20s, no ID. She coded twice on the way over here.
Where's the other one?
Right behind.
Page my father?
Already did.
Tell me.
Her tire blew, car jumped the divider, went head-on with an SUV.
BP's dropping.
Pericardial's pierced. Was she driving?
Yeah, alone.
Where's the driver of the SUV?
Let's go.
Adam Rutherford, 57. Chest trauma. No breath sounds.
Okay.
Need a syringe. Big one. You. Hold pressure.
Man,
Shorter, guys.
y'all better
88 over
appreciate
52,
doctors,
no radial
man.
pulse.
You know, sax
That's
flooded.
some real shit, bro. Like, y'all better appreciate these people, man. Like, y'all don't understand, man. Like, I know doctors, they make mistakes too. They're human, but y'all better appreciate these people, man. For the fact that we have come so medical advanced. I mean, in today, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy to me, just from the small amount of time that, well, no, from the 30 something years that I've been on Earth. I turned 37 in a week or some shit like that. Right? Just from the fact that that we've come so far from the years that I've been on this earth, right? And the thing about it is, like, it's getting better and better and better. And that's why I say you have to appreciate it, because I mean, what they do and the decisions, the on-the-fly decisions to save lives that they have to do. I know I couldn't be a doctor. I know for a fact, that is a fact of my life. I know I couldn't do it even if I tried. You know what I'm saying? Just from learning over the years about myself, I know I couldn't do it. Not a medical doctor. Maybe some other kind of doctor, but not a medical doctor that does this trauma situations, ICU. You know what I'm saying? Like, I couldn't do it. I really believe that it takes a special type of person to actually become a medical doctor, surgeons. You know what I'm saying? Like, I believe that. I really gotta appreciate it. Even though nowadays there's so many different things as well that, these people that are doing crazy stuff, you know, it's a topic for another day.
Get me a blood gas and a C-spine.
Do
Get her up to ICU and keep her immobilized.
compartmentalized you gotta be to actually, you know what I'm saying? Like, he had to decide who to save.
Did you hear that?
Sweetie, you need to take it easy, okay? Just relax.
What is she saying?
She said she has to dance at her wedding.
Okay, no one is out there. No one is coming.
But the French woman said...
The French woman is missing a bloody wing nut, you know? I mean, it was all bollocks. It's a ghost story. She set the fire herself.
Why'd you do that? Why'd you light the fuse, man?
Why wouldn't I light the fuse?
Maybe because I was running towards you, waving my arms, yelling, "Don't do that"?
Well, you got a point there. Did it so that we could get inside, Hugo.
And to save everybody's lives.
And to save everyone's lives.
Or maybe it was just our destiny, right, John?
Maybe.
Guys, it's the hatch door. You better see this.
Quarantine?
Vincent!
This is not a good idea.
I saw him 5 minutes ago. Besides, you're the one who said there wasn't anyone out here.
I said we didn't see anyone. The dog will come back on his own. He always does. When was the last time you slept or had something to eat? You're exhausted.
I can't tell that kid I lost his dog because I was exhausted.
Okay. Creepy Vincent.
I'll circle around behind him.
Okay.
You could just call him over?
Sadie! Where are you?
It's insane. Oh. Just gonna fall over. Alright. That works.
Walt?
Why the hell is Walt here?
What are you doing here?
What?
Shannon! What is it?
What the hell was that?
What?
She's hallucinating.
And if Jack thinks I've lost it, I can't blame him, really. Then again, 5 hours ago, I was pulled into a hole by what appeared to be a column of black smoke. Did you see it, Kate? Then I guess we're both crazy.
I'm sorry, it's pretty. I'm literally recording this at like 3:20 in the morning. Okay, so if I hear anything suspicious, cause my girl is supposed to be sleeping, so nobody's supposed to be walking around the house right now. So if I hear a little noise, I might be checking.
What?
The numbers are bad. That's what you were yelling right when I tackled you.
Yeah, that's kind of a long story.
I got time?
You'll think I'm crazy.
Try me.
And there's this guy, Leonard, and all the time I knew him, all he ever said were these numbers. 4, 8, 15, 16, 23, 42. Over and over and over again. And they kind of got stuck in my head. Because those numbers were still stuck in my head, so I played them. And I won $114 million. My house caught on fire. The chicken joint that I worked at got hit by a meteor. Okay, so tonight, I see the same friggin' numbers on that hatch thing.
You were in a psych ward?
So, what, that's it? That's all?
What do you want me to say?
How about you believe me, man?
Hurley, they're numbers.
What's that thing where doctors make you feel better just by talking to you?
Bedside manner.
Yeah, that. Yours sucks, dude.
Just try to relax, okay?
The car that I hit, the other driver was older.
He died in the ER.
He was hella
What's happened
harsh.
to
He was not.
You have a fracture dislocation of your thoracic lumbar spine with multiple crushed vertebrae. I'm going to perform surgery and repair as much damage as possible, but even the most optimistic result puts the likelihood of retaining any feeling or mobility anywhere below the waist at extremely unlikely. Dad, hey, come on. Let's hear it.
You might want to try handing out some hope every once in a while.
Her spine's crushed. I tell her that everything's gonna be okay. That's false hope, Dad.
But maybe. But it's still hope.
I'm gonna have to agree with the dad on this one, bruh. I'm gonna have to agree with the dad, and the reason why I agree with the dad is because you can't concentrate. You're not helping the patient by. I'm not saying you can't be upfront with the patient. I'm not saying you can't be upfront about it, but there's gotta be some sort of glimmer of hope. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like a look on the bright side kind of situation. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta give them hope. Is just be like everything, not to tell them that everything is gonna be okay or lie to them in the sense of that, but you can't be so harsh and you know what I'm saying, not even in a single way empathetic. You get what I'm saying? Like, as a doctor, you have to, well, you don't have to be, but you know, it helps to be empathetic towards your patients. You know what I'm saying? It helps because even though they know, I mean, say for instance, you're dealing with a terminal cancer patient, like, you can't be so harsh to be like, you're gonna die. You know what I mean? Like, you know they're going to die, but you know what I'm saying? You gotta have some sort of reassurance or something like that. Let them feel. You're never gonna make somebody feel comfortable with dying, with them knowing that they're going to die. But I guess it's the demeanor, really, right? It's the demeanor, the delivery of what he's doing. It doesn't change the fact of what he's telling them, but he could had some sort of, as you know, as his dad is telling him, some sort of glimmer of hope towards just like, you know what I mean? You're gonna do the surgery. You're gonna, you know, you could say to them, hey, I'm gonna do the best that I can to make sure you retain some sort of, but you can't tell them about, you don't have to be so harsh about the negative part of this. You know what I'm saying? Because then when they're not emotionally ready to do something, it's tough. It's a tough situation, but I have to agree with the dad on this one. I think he could be a little bit more nice, to put it subtly. I was like,
I know what
damn.
I saw. It was him. It was Walt.
Shannon, please lower your voice. You'll upset the rest of the group.
I heard whispers. Where? Everywhere.
What whispers?
I
Who?
don't know them. Do you think something happened to the raft?
Nothing happened to the raft. Walt was with your husband, with
Saeed, I know what I saw.
Locke found a hatch in the ground, about a half a mile from here. We left to blow it open so that we could hide inside. But that doesn't matter now because it's not going to work. There's no way for all of us to get down in there tonight.
Jack, where's Dr. Arts?
He did. He blew up.
He didn't make it. We're going to stay here tonight, okay? Together. We've still got 4 guns. We'll put lookouts at all the entrances. We're all going to be safe as long as we stay together. John, What are you doing?
I'm getting some cable.
What for?
It's for the hatch. I'm going in. Safest thing is to stay here. Wait for morning. Wait for these others to see if they ever show up. I'm tired of waiting.
I don't even know what's down there. That's the thing, though. You don't know what's really down there, so it's kind of like, what you do?
So do you believe it? That everything's gonna be okay?
Yeah, I do.
You did a good thing, saying what you said. You're taking care of everybody, and just giving them something to count on. I'm going to the hatch. I understand why you can't go. I mean, they need you here. I get it. I do. But Locke's going into that thing, whether you like it or not. Live together, die alone, right?
Right.
Obviously, somebody's living down in the hatch, or the hatch
Fiance was seriously injured.
leads
Could
to
take
somewhere.
as long as 10, maybe 12 hours.
She was going for dress fitting and to look at tablecloths.
When is it? The wedding?
What does that mean?
There will be ongoing physical therapy, but if she works really hard.
Will you be able to, you know, make love?
You need to know that there's a chance Sarah might very well need professional care for the rest of her life.
Hey man, you ain't married yet. Take up your ball and run, bro. Listen. I'ma say this while I clean my glasses because I gotta put them on. I know a lot of people might look at this and say, you know, it's wrong for him to be thinking about that. It's not. And I'm gonna tell you guys why it's not wrong for him to think like that. Right? If you are not prepared for this, take it from a guy who married a woman that was bipolar. Okay? Not what she still is. I don't know what's happening with her now, but I would imagine that there's not a condition that just goes away. Okay? Hopefully she's managing it, you know, as she should. But if I had known that was the situation before I married her, I wouldn't have done it. If I knew how extreme it got, I wouldn't have done it. I was not prepared when it was happening. You know, when it was happening, I was in it for the long haul. I strapped up the boots, you know what I'm saying, and decided to just, it's till death to us part, whatever. I'm gonna deal with it. This is what my life is gonna be from now on, because I loved her, right? I loved her. We were married. Those are the vows that I took. I was ready to go in. And even though I may not have been the best person to be in that situation at the time, you know what I'm saying? Because I didn't know what to do half the time. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying, brought me to tears to see her in the condition that she was in and stuff like that. Yeah. If I had knew before that it was going to be that extreme, I wouldn't have married her. No matter how much I loved her, I wouldn't have married her, because that stress, bruh, let me tell y'all something. If you're not prepared for that, plus you got to think about all the repercussions of something even like this, right? You got to think about it. he's not going to be able to have sex with his wife, right? Because she can't maneuver, she can't do anything. And that's, I'm not saying that sex is all there is to marriage, but it's a big part of marriage. You know what I'm saying? It's one of the things that you get married for. Let's just put it out on the table. You know what I'm saying? Possibly never having kids. You're giving up a lot for love. You get what I'm saying? You're giving up a lot for love. I don't think it's worth it. That's just my opinion. You guys might think differently. I think if he was already married to her, that's a whole different story. If he was already married to her, but he's not married, get away, bro. Get away. Trust me. I mean, it's a different thing if she doesn't have any family or anything like that. I mean, I don't know. All I'm saying is that for his sake, I think it is just better. I think it's just better if he just walks away. Talk to her and let her know, I said I love you, but I can't do this. There's some things that are just beyond committing to. You get what I'm saying? But I get it. There are some people that would still, you know, go head first into situations like this because they're emotionally attached. But sometimes you gotta let go of that emotion and move on. Cry your tears and move on. And I think this is one of those situations where if, you know what I'm saying, you know, you could check in with her, but I would marry her. I would definitely check in with her, make sure she's okay, you know, make sure she's taken care of, make sure, you know what I'm saying, she's going through the process, physical therapy, all of that kind of stuff. But that commitment is a big commitment to commit to, knowing what you know. So, yeah, that's me. But hey, if you guys think differently, that's cool too.
Come here. It's okay. I know I'm not going to be dancing anymore.
I wonder if this is this the woman that eventually becomes his wife? I don't know.
Roll around at my wedding.
Expected to find you halfway down there by now.
I was waiting for you.
So you want me to go down first?
Oh, you're lighter. I can belay you down and bring you back up just as easy. The shaft might get narrower down there, too.
What do I say if I need to stop?
Stop.
I wonder if people are watching them on the island, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like with cameras and shit. Like this is some sort of testing island to crash. You'll be like, okay, some people are gonna survive, some people are not, but
Kate! Are you all right?
I dropped the light. Maybe we should... Well, okay then.
as man is already lowering you down.
Stop!
Yo, what the hell was that?
Kate, are you all right?
Where's that light? Screaming.
Kate!
Bruh.
Kate!
You have to go down there, John.
What about all that stuff you said about waiting till morning and watching the sunrise?
I changed my mind.
Kate! Lock!
Wow, that's... I already knew there was a puddle down there. Why did you throw the torch?
Oh, damn it.
You all right, brother?
I'm fine. I'm fine.
Take it easy. Keep the weight off. Enemy on your luck. So what's your excuse?
Excuse.
For running like the devil's chasing you. My excuse. I'm training.
Training for what?
For a race around the world.
Oh, how does
So
that
your
work?
excuse about me good, brother?
Just trying to work a few things out.
Ah. A girl, right?
A patient.
No, but a girl patient.
This guy's very
What's her name?
intuitive.
Due to her.
You must have done something worthy of this self-flagellation.
I told her. I made a promise I couldn't keep. I told her I'd fix her and couldn't.
Just one thing. What if you did fix her?
I didn't.
Well, what if you did?
You don't know what you're talking about, man.
I don't. Why not?
Because with her situation, that would be a miracle, brother.
Right. Well, then, I'm going to give you some advice anyway.
Hmm.
You have to lift it up.
Lift it up.
Yeah, what do you mean by that?
Your ankle. You got to keep it elevated. I'm Desmond. Well, good luck, brother. See you in another life, yeah?
Man, if it ends up with that Desmond is the one inside of this damn hatch, that would be unbelievable. The fucking hatch. He said he's gonna race around the world. What does he mean by that? I'm taking everything into stock in this damn show. If he turns that light on, you're definitely getting blinded. This creepy. They are revealing a lot in this first episode. They just went balls deep into everything.
I wouldn't do that.
Where's Kate?
What the hell's he...
Yeah. Yeah, you're alive.
Is Kevin here? My fiance.
I didn't see him.
I'm sure he'll be back.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, that man is out.
Tell me how it went.
I did everything that I could, but your spinal column, I couldn't repair it. You're gonna be paralyzed from the waist down for the rest of your life.
I don't understand. We saw her walking. I'm pretty sure this is the same woman. So something must have happened. Don't be
You're
sorry.
yanking my chain, right?
No.
She can feel her legs.
I can wiggle my toes.
So you didn't know the results of what he did?
Can you feel this?
Yes.
Yes.
He didn't even have faith in himself. Really.
Move. And I kill him.
Dude, that's
the gun down.
Desmond. That is
Kate?
Desmond, dude.
Jack, it's okay.
I said drop it! Where's Kate?
She's fine. Just put down.
I'm not putting down anything! Do you want him to die? Put it down!
That's Desmond. I fucking called it, dude. I hate when this happens for me because the worst thing you can ever experience as a reactor is predicting something and it turns out to be true, because a whole bunch of people is gonna just start now assuming that you've watched the show, right? And there was a lot of clues towards it. And this is what happens when you watch a lot of TV show or seeing different things and seeing how writers tie things together in whatever media you may be consuming, whether it's books, whether it's, you know, TV shows, movies, whatever. You know, you just get used to seeing certain things, and it was just a wild guess. It was just a wild guess because of what he said. He said, I'm getting ready to what he said, to run around the world or something like that, to something like that. I was like, what if this, so I was like, what's the significance of showing this random dude? You know what I'm saying? Because some of the times you got to pay attention to what writers and the direction of an episode to kind of like piece things together for yourself. And I just took a wild guess that it might end up being, what if it's this dude Desmond that ends up being in this fucking hatch? And that's exactly what happened. That was crazy. So let's talk about the episode, man. You know, I rambled on there for a little bit about the whole situation because I needed to clean my glasses to put them on. Because sometimes, not the lights, but sometimes my eyes are like tired or whatnot. So, you know, this kind of eases the pain a bit, if you will. It's not like anything like searing headaches or anything like that. It's just that sometimes when I, like, you know, my eyes haven't really adjusted to whatever. And these are not prescription glasses, by the way. If you've been around the channel long enough, you should know that it's not. Right? It's just, you know, with all this damn blue light on these damn monitors and shit. So the situation is this, right, with the show right now. And I like that they kind of gave us a little bit more background on between Jack and Sarah and how they met and stuff like that, because we're wondering what did he fix her from. So they kind of went deeper into that backstory of how we met Sarah. I don't know why, I don't know how this is going to become significant maybe in the future, or why they keep showing Sarah or showing a certain side of Jack. We already kind of know the type of person that Jack is. So in my opinion, there's no need for it, but I'm guessing they're going to tie it back to something else later again. Because they could have, I guess they couldn't introduce Desmond before we met Desmond if they didn't show that specific backstory, part of Jack's backstory. So it fits in well. So get to the hatch. What is this quarantine situation? You know what I mean? There's a lot of questions going on in the story right now, as in what's going on here. I've talked enough about the whole situation of what I think, you know, any sensible person would do in that situation. It's a very irrational thought for anyone to stay in a situation like that when they're not yet committed to it on paper. You get what I'm saying? And I know a lot of people is gonna probably get in their feelings about it and say, well, you know, they were about to be married, so he should stay, not because they get into an accident or whatever. No, I think he should stick around to make sure she's okay and stuff like that. But if there's a possibility that this person is never going to be the same, you're never going to be able to have sex, have kids, or anything like that, like it turned out okay, but in most times in those situations, that person ends up paralyzed for life. Let's just be honest. Spinal surgery is not some sort of, you know, it's, you know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure if I look up the statistics of it today, I'm pretty sure it's still the people who has, you know what I'm saying, who has broken probably that very same injury and stuff like that in whatever situation is, you break your back, most of the time that shit is unfixable. Okay, so this was like I want to say I don't even want to look up the thing right now. Maybe I'll cut it out of the thing, but I'll look at how successful are spinal surgeries, because they must have the stats on that. Let me see here. I know, but this is a very weird topic. Let's see, spinal surgeries, what are the stats on it? Look at this. Like, that stat is ridiculous. Like, listen to this, bruh. Right? I'm just reading an excerpt here. And this is just for pain, not even like this stat is ridiculous. More than 50% of primary spinal surgeries are successful, right? No more than 30%, 15%, and 5% of the patients experience a successful outcome. You get what I'm saying? That meaning that when you talk about a successful outcome, meaning whatever the situation is fixed. You get what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? No more than 5%. That's insane. You get what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is that the probability is not very high to come out of that situation, like how Sarah has come out of the situation where, you know what I'm saying, she could go through her physical therapy now and walk again, as we've seen in the flashback in season 1. They end up getting married, right? So that probability is very, very low. It is very low, right? And for you to, you know what I'm saying, I felt like the fiance should have stuck around to see what happened. Yes, but more than likely, you know, you're gonna have more people that walk away that situation. I've told you guys already, it didn't change my mind at all. I said I would stick around to see what happened, make sure she's okay, make sure she's doing physical therapy or whatnot, a situation like that. You know, make sure she's taken care of, because at the very least I still care about the person, right? So, but I would definitely ain't making no wedding plans, because I'm not marrying somebody who's paralyzed. That's you're just no. You know what I'm saying? So if anybody out there want to do that, that's fine. That's, you know what I'm saying, that's fine. I'm not being, you know, next thing you know, they next thing you know, everybody's calling me what would they call it, a disablist, or I'm discriminating against disabled people or whatever. It's like, this disabled people deserve love too. Yeah, they do. They yes, they do. But if you don't get paralyzed inside of a marriage, unless you're planning to marry someone else who's paralyzed, I mean, nobody's lining up to marry people in wheelchairs. Let's just be honest about it, right? But you know, when you speak facts, people try to throw, you know, the extreme out there to say, oh, what about this situation, or what about this situation? Listen, the exception never makes the rule, okay? The exception is not the rule. As I said, majority of people would walk away from that situation, men or women. Women is even more than likely to walk away from this situation even easier, right? Because, you know what I mean? But I get it. It is what it is. But I said what I said. So the situation that's going on in the hatch right now with John going down, Kate, where is Kate? That's another question as well. So that's pretty much the two things that this episode was surrounded by. So not really much more to talk about. But anyways, this was an amazing episode. I loved it, understood it, made my comments. Now it's time for you guys to leave your comments and leave a like if you like. If you dislike what I said, that's okay too. Everybody has their personal decisions or whatnot. It is not a very common thing, as I described to you. It's like it's the success of these surgeries is not very high. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I guess with medical advancements, they've gotten a lot better at those things. And this is not even the stat for like severe stuff. You get what I'm saying? It's not even like, it's for like if you're experiencing like lower back pain and you need some sort of spinal surgery. You get what I'm saying? It's not even for the severe situations of like car crashes, your back is actually broken. I'm pretty sure that when your spine is broken, that shit is not easy to fix, if it is fixable at all. You know what I'm saying? So it's, and the thing about it too, you can die during spinal surgery as well. So it's a huge risk going into that as well. So it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, people who survive just lumbar, you know what I'm saying? If you go in for like a people who was actually survive like lumbar spine surgery or whatever, that is extremely low. Because that's something that I've actually looked up before, because I have a spine problem, but it's not a severe one, but I do have a spinal problem. And I've told this story before of me playing, you know what I'm saying, soccer or football, right? And you know, slide tackle came in, knocked me up in the air. I landed, I couldn't speak or anything, and from that day forward, I have somewhat of a twisted spine, not really, you know what I'm saying, not being able to, I have lower back pain and stuff like that. But as I said, it's not anything like severe, that, you know, not life threatening or anything like that. It's just that if I sit up for too long, or if I'm standing for too long, you know, I have severe like back pain. I'm talking about sometimes, you know, sometimes I'll be laying in bed and sometimes it hurts. You get what I'm saying? So I know that from that day I've had back problems. So, you know, so this is something that I have looked up before to see, you know what I'm saying? Not that I wanted to do spinal surgery or anything like that. It was just curiosity. Out of curiosity, I know that, you know, people surviving spinal surgery is not, you know, the mortality rate is very, very low. You know what I'm saying? Like less than 1%. So that is a stat that I do know, just off the bat. So incredible stuff here, man. Love the show. A lot of, you know, commentary to be made about it. You guys can do that too as well. I'll see you guys for the next one. Peace.